Hello, what's up? Today we have a puzzle from the calculation book by Jacob Aagard. It is black to move, and take 5 seconds to look at the position. Feel free to pause. Okay, so the first thing that everyone should notice is white is remarkably close to promoting. The a7 pawn is one square from becoming a queen, but we also have to notice that our king is relatively safe from any checks, so we might have one move of leeway. So what this means is we can have one move that's not a check, because otherwise, after promoting, white can play like queen g4 and take on h4 with checkmate if we do not give checks. So the first thing we should consider is, well, obviously, queen check is probably the most natural move. So let's say queen e1 check just to prevent white from going anywhere. So let's go. If king g2, this was the first thing I calculated actually, and it is my first instinct was wrong, but queen h1 check, king f2, queen f1, king e3, knight f5 check is what I calculated, and after king e4, queen b1 check, king e5, I saw this pretty cool move where after queen b6, we were threatening queen d6 check and soon winning white's queen and attacking the pawn on a7. Now um if white promotes, black can play queen d6 check, and after king e4, black's just mating with queen e6 checkmate. So that was the point of my move queen b6. Unfortunately, this whole line doesn't work because after queen e1 check, white can play king h2. And after maybe, let's say, knight f1, king g2, knight e3, king h2, knight f1, king g2, we don't have anything as this is just a draw. And let's say white promotes, and this is just an equal game. Now, the goal of this puzzle is not to draw, so we want to win. And if queen c1 check, well, white has to play king h2 for the same reasons as what happened after queen e1, because either king f2 or king g2 leads to this position where black hits a queen on f1 check, and as I just demonstrated, black can win from here. So after king h2, there's really nothing that black can do. Let's say this, go back, there's really just nothing. So let's say promote, but we do have a pressure check after here, but that is quite irrelevant. And the winning move is not surprisingly actually, it's a check, but it's a knight check. So once you've eliminated queen e1 and queen c1, you have to look for the knight check. So knight e2 is the only move. And the point is after king f2, black just plays knight d4 check, discover check, and this just wins the white queen. Let's say king f1, we just take. And it's important to note that after promoting, let's say king a1 equals a8 equals queen, black has queen e1 check, king g2, um, queen g1 check is what I calculated because after king takes f3, there's just queen h1 check, winning the queen through the skewer. But there's force mate here. I don't really want to go into that. Uh, okay, it's just queen e2 actually, so it's a mate in 2. I just show it. Yeah. So the point is, if the king goes anywhere on this second rank, besides g2, black just has this discovered check. So let's say if king g2, there's knight takes f4 double check, and white can't block with the queen because we have a double check. So white plays king g1, and we just play queen c1. And at this point, white is losing because after queen f1, there's queen e3, and white can't block anymore. Knight takes a3, h3 check, and winning the queen. So white plays king f1 and loses by knight g3, king g1, knight e2. Okay, so oh no, it's knight takes f4. It's knight takes f4, and after a8 queen, for example, there's queen c1 check. We force the king up. There's no moves for otherwise because the knight's controlling e2 and g2. So king f2, and after knight d3 check, if king e1, king e2, there's queen e1 checkmate. And after king g2, we just win back the queen like this, and we reach this 4 pawn against 2 pawns queen endgame, which should be winning for black. So I hope you guys enjoy this and found it informative. And if you would like the PGN file of this game, just subscribe and send me an email at mhjf2015@gmail.com. All right, see you in the next one.